indentured white servants got reparations.
No way! Indentured white servants got reparations? What's up, YouTube? This is HT, aka Higher Thinking, here to remind you to please stop at Dr. Claud Anderson's YouTube channel and watch his videos, right? Watch it unsnipped and unclipped and show some support, man. Stop at the comment section and just leave some roses because he deserves it, right? He's dedicated his entire life to being a warrior for a disenfranchised group of people, and that his work is not ending with him. Remind him that he has cultivated the next generation of warriors that's willing to continue the fight that he's left off on, right? So please stop by and show him some love. And in the meantime, enjoy this video.
The way the Indians got it approved, that's after they accepted the Constitution. They kept calling themselves a nation. And even though blacks in America are a nation within a nation, they've always been a nation within a nation. Black folk are just as segregated now as they were in 1954. You're still not integrated anything. You're just as segregated now. You're still a nation within a nation.
Yes, sir.
All they do is declare themselves a nation, get them a constitution, and that's what you're going to get in Powernomics. And y'all make sure you buy that book when it comes out, okay?
Yes, sir. So, when he says, this is what I gather from that. We're a nation within a nation. This is how this is, and this is the funny part. Most cultures in America have their own communities, right? They have their not ghettos, but they have their own communities. There's the Jewish towns. There's Chinatown. There's Greek towns. Areas of the sea where the Italians like congregate. You know what I'm saying? And obviously there's places inhabited by black people. You know what I mean? The difference between what we have, right, in comparison to these other Chinatowns and etc., is these people, by and large, set up shops, set up businesses, and the money is circulated in their communities before it's extracted outside, right? Primarily, the money put into these communities is by and large bounced within their communities several times before they're pushed out of the communities. Black folks don't. That's not what we do, right? When other communities, other groups of people, other cultures of people set up shop in our communities, that money is being sent. The money is being extracted from the community, right? But it's going straight out to the shop owners' community or culture of people. He's sending it back home. You know what I mean? And that's, by and large, that is a huge reason why black people's share of United States wealth is only 0.5%. Wow, I believe at least 90% belongs to white people, and everything else kind of more or less is less than 5%, most likely. But yeah. So that's kind of that's kind of like the state of like Black America right now. Where the wealth is, we make up 14% of the United States population, and we only share 0.5% of the United States wealth. Not income. That's a lot different, but actual wealth, and that's a problem.
Change anything, so they're gonna come after you. But keep in mind that whether or not white folks want reparations for black folk is immaterial. We could care less about what they think. That's not the issue. That's like, because in a system of justice,
yes,
when it is not the perpetrator's responsibility to decide whether or not you're entitled to compensation. See, in other words, if you ran over my house right now and killed my dog or something, I sue you. You can't say, well, I killed your dog and tore up your house, but I'm against your suing me. That's immaterial to me. It is black folks' decision whether or not they want reparations and how they're going to get it.
Facts.
And they
Facts.
start talking about white folks oppose it. Fine. I told you a few minutes ago, 99% of all the white people in America were opposed to freedom for black folk out of slavery.
You got that right.
Keep that in mind. 99% were opposed to your being freed in 1860 at the eve of the Civil War.
Ain't that something?
Also, doing integration, you had about 87% of all the white people in America were opposed to integrating. So whether or not they want emancipation or not is immaterial. So
ain't that something? That actually changed my perspective a little bit. Like a couple minutes ago, I literally just said, I don't think this whole reparation thing is like likely to happen, and that we should strategize around that. Of the simple fact that we understand that white folk make up the majority of this nation. You know what I mean? Again, about 60% of the United States population is white folk. It's hard to imagine that a law will pass that will grant black folk a reparations, right? Even then, white folk being the majority were against the abolishing of chattel slavery. They were also against integration, but they were against all of these things, and they made up the majority, but these things passed anyway. So there is one other thing that that I'm still thinking about here, and that's the fact that they allowed these things to happen because they still benefit from the outcome. They still benefit from integration because they more or less just found a way to extract our brightest from our cultures or from our communities and integrated it into their communities and then made their communities more empowered, right? So that's how integration worked for them. Chattel slavery. They ended chattel slavery, but they found ways to extract those black people from not being paid, right, and to integrating them into the economy so that they become consumers. We can appreciate them for allowing us some semblance of empathy or whatever, right? But again, they directly benefit from the things that they give us.
Prepared to start answering some of these people are going to be opposed to reparations for black folk. They're going to come at you in three different ways.
Ooh.
The first group that's going to come after you are going to be whites.
Hold on, okay. This is something because I definitely been in an alliance then with a whole bunch of people that's been anti-reparations, and I mean I've won every debate swimmingly, but let's see what these guys got to say.
You can rest assured right now that 100% of all white people in America are opposed to reparations for black folk. You must be ready to deal with that.
Yeah.
Be ready to deal with it.
And the scary part about it is, I mean, and this is the fortunate truth of it, but I don't know when this was filmed, but currently, white folks make up about 60% of the United States population. So getting reparations to pass is it's close to slim to none. So, but at the very least, we can try practicing group economics as a unit or as a people, and then I believe that we can find our solutions by way of that instead of alternative. Instead of like the handout method, right? Instead of waiting on the government to do something.
Because they're going to be opposed to you for a very simple reason. That's called RACISM, racism. Racism means maintain the conditions on black folk the way they always were. So they don't want you to
maintain the condition of black folks as they always were. That is racism. All right. It's not discrimination. It's not a lot of the things that we were taught growing up from people with political agendas, right? It is almost literally a foot race to the finish line. And if you're a group and you're playing for a team, you as a person, as soon as you're born, you're playing for a team. The team you're playing for is what they assign you as. You know, a lot of people want to say, "Oh, I'm not black. I'm whatever." You know what I mean? I know what my heritage is, or I know I don't identify as black because black is like the slave is a name instilled to us from the slave owners. Whatever you want to say, man. If your skin is brown, they're gonna put you in a black category, and then you are gonna face the consequences of being black. So it's best for you. It's in your best interest to get with the program and run the race with us, so that we can get out of this thing in one piece.
Second group you got to deal with are going to be black folk. You're going to have all kind of black folk in this country going to be opposed to reparation for black folk.
Whoa. He said, he just said black folks going to be opposed to reparation? Oh, man, I ran to those niggas. I ran to those jokers. Yes, I did. Oh, they are the worst. Oh, my goodness. These are usually, I don't know. I like to think that they're usually of like African descent, or they're foreigners, right? So that when they come in, they won't be receiving reparation. They will be contributing to Africans descended of slaves, right? They will be contributing to our reparation. You know what I mean? So they're gonna have something to say about it. But yeah, the things that I've heard, well, yeah, I forgot a guy, it's some pastor somewhere literally just said, black Americans need fathers. They don't need reparations. They need fathers. I'm like, bro, like they do all this freaking talking, man, and they don't do any freaking due diligence. They do no research. Like, bro, have you done look into anything regarding black fatherhood? You know that black Americans or black men rank among the highest of active fathers in America. And last time I heard, we ranked the highest. So yeah, I mean, these people come in talking about, reparation not gonna save y'all. Y'all being actual fathers is gonna save y'all. Well, we're actually our fathers, man. So how about we run additional solutions on top of that?
The other group you're going to come out against, you're going to be a lot of your black leadership in America.
Black
leadership going to come out of the walls. Whites are going to pay.
He said they're going to come out the walls.
A lot of blacks that come out against reparation for black folks.
Oh, okay? Yes. Oh my, see, they don't get it, man. They don't understand. This game, this is not 3D chess anymore. This is like 5D chess. Like the games, like the mind games are coming from so many different angles, and the least likely people you expect to say the most wildest stuff will say it because they're getting paid by a higher power. Pay attention.
Have a lot of blacks coming after you, telling you the same thing like whites, that you don't need it, or that's counterproductive, or whites can get angry, or you're going to create racial problems in the country, anything else.
Oh yeah, I've heard all of those things already. Oh yeah, there. Some dude literally just said that. I don't know that guy's name, but wait, Larry Elder. Oh my God, that's crazy. Larry Elder literally said that. If black folks got reparation, that would cause disarray, or it will cause problems in race relations. Like, bro. You know what else was causing obstruction in race relations? Fucking ending the Emancipation Proclamation. You know what I'm saying, bro? Anything that was pro-black, had it been ending chattel slavery to integration to what's that thing called? Affirmative action, even though everybody benefits affirmative action, all of that stuff is always gonna, I gotta take the affirmative action away. Anything that specifically targets the liberation or the advancement of black people, racists, right, are gonna take issue with it. All right, because if you empathize, if you understand that that black people are owed something, if you done your due diligence and engaging into this conversation and come to the conclusion that, you know what, this Claud Anderson guy, he's on point. I mean, I don't have any argument against anything. I don't have any well-crafted, good faith argument to counteract anything this man is saying. So, but here's the fact: I don't want to pay up because it goes against my interests. Makes you a racist. I'm sorry. Black folk are in a dire state right now. It's looking bad. Like we're literally projected to have a wealth, or I believe a wealth median of $0 by the year 2053. we are in a fight of our lives at this point, and nobody seems to care, which is, but the thing is, I care, and I'm trying to spread this information so that more people will care, because this stuff is important, man. But when we get all these other guys and when we elect all these officials, these black officials that are being paid by Democrats or Republicans that are rooted in hatred for black people, or maybe not hatred for black people, but they're rooted in their own culture, finishing first, then yes, they are participating in this in the true definition, the true meaning of racism, and that's winning the foot race.
What about the fact that reparations will set an ideological precedence that'll be bad for the country? That's BS. See, let me go back again in history again. I told you earlier, go back to history. Everybody in America has gotten reparations but black folk.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's go back to the earliest form of reparations. Indentured white servants got reparations.
No way! Indentured white servants got reparations? No, bro. Are you? No way. No way. Oh, that's triggering. No, I refuse to believe that would miss Dr. Anderson. Indentured servants got reparations, cuz? Are you serious? Not only did the slave owners get reparations, the indentured servants got reparations too? Are you kidding me?
Every white person that came to America as a white indentured servant, he signed a contract for 5 to 7 years. And at the end of that 5 to 7 years, he got animals, land. It was called freedom dues. He got freedom dues, was land, animals, money, weapons, tools, and clothes.
Weapons, tools, and clothes? We couldn't get 40 acres and a mule and they got all that stuff? I'm so triggered, cuz. That is OD. That is crazy. Indentured servants got reparations. I'm not gonna be able to get over that. That's a no one, cuz this argument is too soundproof, bro. Like it's too skin tight, man. Like there's nothing you can say to dispute any of this. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just speaking actual facts. There's no argument against anything that he's saying right now, man. And I'm just tired of people just trying to come up with they literally saying the exact same thing. It's so like this is just layered intelligence, man. Like he knows what needs to happen. It's like this is just a result of like life's work. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't just complain. You know what I mean? A lot of people just complain, don't think of any solutions. Not only did he complain, right? He found the solution. And he didn't stop there. He thought about what people would try to say. You know what I mean? He thought about the naysayers before they even spoke. And he already found counter arguments for it. This is just layered upon layered upon layers of just, take out if you can just be empathetic for a moment here, just strip away all the topic at hand and just appreciate this for being a sound argument for where it stands. Like the work that he put into this is just chef's kiss. Very impressive.
Now, as we get our money, we got to move our resources into several things. We start developing it. When we get these funds, keep in mind, no black person should be looking for money individually. We're not going to get into that bag. No black money comes except those who are going to be a part of some of our national suits.
I believe, is he talking about a loan program?
Any black that becomes a part of our national suit, you can get money directly. We'll be having hearings through the Harvest Institute in Washington, Detroit, and Los Angeles, where we'll be taking testimony, making blacks a part of a national suit. So we're going to be going after about 257 white corporations, okay? Now, if we win that, you get money. The rest of you blacks don't get any money that way. The way you get your money, the money's going to go into special funds in the country between 2 regional development banks on both sides of the country. And what we do then, black folk can go to those banks and borrow that money either to get long-term, low-interest loans at no more than about 1% interest rate.
Woo!
The money would go in to help you start a business as equity capital so you don't have any debt.
Woo! Whoa! Layers. This, bro, I'd have never thought of that. I'd have never thought of that. This dude, that isn't, bro. This is how you maintain This is how you maintain wealth in the community. This is levels. Wait, I think this is what Jewish people do. When Ye did the Drink Champs interview, the second one, the one where everybody got mad at him for, after he did the DEF CON tweet, whatever. For some reason, all the media outlets didn't get the actual big picture of this live stream, right, or this podcast. The big takeaway from that podcast was Ye comes to the realization that black folk need to essentially mimic what Jewish people did in order to establish great wealth in society. To be honest with you, it might come to a point where it's going to be necessary for our survival. Hopefully, it don't get to that point. I hope not. I don't want to be a doomsayer, but that's what the big takeaway was for that podcast. And unfortunately, it fell on deaf ears because everybody was still mad at Ye over those tweets. Dr. Anderson is pretty much, well, he's not pulling from that obviously because he established this mindset, but yeah, he's getting this stuff. He's the economist. You know what I mean? And he's well educated. He has masters and stuff like that, and he's been doing this for his entire life. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, this is just a byproduct of a master. You know what I mean? Just an absolute master in his craft. He dedicated his life to this, and it completely shows. What he just said, masterful. I couldn't agree more.
We're going to set up a special kind of an organization like the Harvest Institute. It may even be the Harvest Institute that will go around this country and act just like the Jewish Committee, the National Committee, Jewish, which says we will watch and monitor exactly who's coming after black folk and bothering black folk so we can protect black folk.
Told you. Yeah, I told you. Yeah, he's modeling this after the Jewish community. I'm pretty sure the Jewish community has these type of they own a whole bunch of these banks in America. If all the banks, well, not all the banks, but they own majority of the more established banks in America, which means a lot as far as the economy is concerned. And he's suggesting that we for the most part, use those people as like a model to, use them as a model to enact essentially a dominance in a capitalistic American society. Very interesting. But I paused this video because I want to say something. And this is something that I kind of been struggling with some of the people I talk to, even some of my friends. But a lot of people don't seem to understand that in the event that we do get these reparations, this money should not be squandered. You know what I mean? It's the exact same thing as I said regarding the BLM organizations. They get all this money from all these different companies and stuff like that, and they chose to essentially give too much of it back. They gave too much of it back and didn't give enough to repair the black community. You know what I mean? That's what this was supposed to be for. You know, it was given to us in solidarity with George Floyd, and they did stupid things with the money. You know what I mean? So, where to start? I don't want us to receive these reparations and watch as we collectively screw it up, because it's like what do we do all of this for? Like, what do we achieve this fight for? You know what I mean? This money is supposed to be used to build great things, to finally make our mark, to finally set up shop in this capitalistic society. And too many of us are just like, I mean, what that Dave Chappelle skit, you know, he made a skit about if black folk got reparations. So he already knew what was up. I can't quote it exactly, but he literally said like black folks, I mean, they got the money and then it just went, it came and went. You know what I mean? They just they spent money on just absolute nonsense. And it's like, it almost makes me feel like, I mean, I personally feel like that's like an actual reality that definitely could happen. And with that said, if that's the true state of Black Americans right now, we're not ready for reparations. It's like the community, the culture itself is just kind of just too dumb, you know. And it's gonna take a lot of fundamental or foundational building in order for us to understand the true in order for us to understand economics and group economics and to embrace group economics. We're gonna need to have this. We're gonna have to instill a lot of these concepts into our culture before we're ready to just receive this debt. And then like the only pushback I ever hear is, who are you to tell black folk how to spend their money? And it's like, y'all just don't, like, these folks just don't understand what's at stake, man. Like, if everybody thought for themselves, if everybody didn't want to embrace this group economic system, then there's special rewards for that. And none of those rewards are conducive towards that advancement of black folk.
I don't know how anything gets to be too black when nothing is too Indian, too Jewish, or too white.
Trying to tell you, don't let these people trigger you into thinking you're being selfish when you're practicing group economics. And that's gonna be a big strategy from our enemies that's gonna try to convince us otherwise. It's problematic, man. Because like I said, these other groups of people are quiet about it, but they do it. You know what I mean? And they are successful because of that. And they even got to the point where some of these people put that they shove it in our face that they're doing it. You know? So it's not even all of them are even quiet about it. Some people are actually squealing on them or telling themselves that they came to this country and they've established something and black folk haven't.
When they ask themselves, what's the future of the black race? Why can't black folk get out of this and eliminate out this problem? He says it's almost impossible to get blacks out and save black folk when all those blacks who are in responsible positions that should know better keep doing everything they do can take black folks backwards.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. And that's kind of what integration kind of did. I do believe integration is a good thing. It's just that it has its effects though. It had its adverse effects, and it did impact black Americans a lot. I believe integration definitely can work. Because there's a lot of people that just say, "Oh, I'm American" before they claim their nationality, before they claim their actual race, and that's fine and all that stuff. But you can't forget that there's a lot that comes with you being black in America, or you being whatever nationality you are in America. Like people gonna see you and they're gonna think things, and it just so happens black folk has just been on the receiving end of the worst society has to offer.
If we don't raise enough money, we can't do it.
Yep.
Now, that puts a special burden on you all in Los Angeles because you all are about the strongest, most aggressive, most sensitive, committed blacks we got in the country. You all got to figure out how to raise money for the Harvest Institute and do it fast so we can have those hearings. And what those hearings are going to do is collect all that data and information. We're going to store it. Then we're going to analyze it, all the tapes, everybody who comes forward and says, my mother lost the land here, they killed my daddy doing this, whatever it is. We're going to have all those records in one place. that we're going to go through that and we're going to sift out the information and come up with the legal justification and the financial justifications so we can go forward with legal action all over America to try to get reparations for black folk that might equate to about $500 billion, okay? So we're going to do it.
Okay, this stuff can pretty much still happen. And I mean, with thanks to technology, we don't even need to like meet up in person anymore. So it's like it's going to cost less money now more than ever to establish like there's a meeting. This is this is going to be like a YouTube video. You know what I mean? Like anybody, like the next Claud Anderson can come up and say the exact same thing as this man said. Express the same solutions, the same grievances, and say that like what he just said here, hold these hearings and stuff like that. Except these hearings won't require like an investment to some church, right? Of like I don't know, $100,000 or something like that. The money won't even be necessary. The only thing you need is a YouTube channel nowadays, or a Twitch, or whatever, Instagram. You know what I mean? You can spread your message far and wide very easily on YouTube now. Now the problem is, you're gonna be there's a lot of traffic. There's a lot of YouTube is extremely saturated right now with a lot of stuff that not only has nothing to do with reparation, but is actually kicking against the idea. So there's a lot of competition out there also. But I don't want to I don't want to fall into like this the defeatist mentality either. So I do believe there's a possibility for this message to this solution to get somewhere. It just requires exposure, man. It just requires people to start talking about this stuff, you know. And so the thing is, I don't even need people to like share this video, like this video, and that stuff. I just need people to share his video and like his stuff. And then, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's not, I'm not here to take your money on it. You know, this is not my content. But I really want people to like just have conversations about this man and the things that he's contributing to America.
They passed in Spain a tax saying that any black person that had a degree, just not because of his education, but because he was black, had to pay a tax. And this country, excuse me, had the same thing, Daryl. All during slavery, it was called a capital tax. Mm-hmm. That same tax that was started in Spain carried forth through the slavery process in this country, which meant a black man had to pay a tax. And usually it averaged about $15, not because of anything else, just merely on the fact that he was black.
What?
And what that money was used for was to subsidize schooling for whites. And all.
Oh, man. Wait. Are you serious? There was a black tax? There was a tax for being black, bro. I'm waiting on the punchline. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, so he like, okay, I'm letting them cook. You know what I'm saying? And I'm letting them talk about this whole black thing, like black tax. I'm like, okay, hold on, bro. You're not finna literally tell me that there's a black tax. You're not. This is not real, right? Like you're not. This is some kind of like there's more to the story, right? He literally just says that it's a tax for being black. And it's used to subsidize white schools or white genders or whatever he said. And I'm like, wait, what? $15 back then, bro. $15 back then was that's probably like. It's probably like $200 right now, man. Can you imagine paying $200 for being black?
All kind of institutional programs for whites that black folk could not penetrate, were not included in. So in the society, throughout our society, whether it was in Spain or through America, black people have always had paid a black tax just for the mere fact of their presence.
Cause if we can't get a black tax, brothers have been paying a black tax, and we can't pay reparations. We can't get reparations, and brothers have literally been paying a black tax. On top of all this other stuff that's been going on in America.
Another fact.
A black tax. You were, God gave you black skin, so now you gotta pay taxes for that. Like, imagine how that sounds. What? Look, I cannot believe this. Like, bro, and indentured service got reparations, and now I found out about a black tax. Cause
all those blacks have been a part of the Holocaust and the execution of people in Germany, and yet when the compensation rewards were given out, not only were blacks not mentioned, but blacks had never gotten one penny of reparations out of the Holocaust in the 1930s.
Some would say.
Why do people hate black people so much? The next time somebody tells me, hey, black folks were a part of the Holocaust too, when in reference to somebody making an anti-Semitic claim, I'm gonna jump in right behind them and say, hey, yes, black folks were indeed part of that Holocaust, but guess what? We weren't paid a penny in reparations. Black folk weren't paid a penny in reparations for the Holocaust. So yes, we were. That's so damn crazy.
Dr. Anderson, there are so many other fascinating details, facts, and historic truths in this book that I'd love to discuss, but we've got to stop right here.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Eric, for inviting me in.
Thank you for coming and joining us on this edition of the Journal. The book is Dirty Little Secrets about black history, its heroes, and other troublemakers. Ask for it at your local bookstore. If they don't have it, demand that they order it.
Demand it.
That's all for this week. If you'd like more information on the subjects discussed during the program, send us email at journal56@aol.com or call our...
My man said AOL.com.
What do you want?
I want reparations. I'm just joking. I'm kidding. But I want people to just focus, man. That's what I want. You know what I mean? I want people to understand what's right and actually act upon it. I want people to be empathetic. I want people to consider other people's circumstances before they make narcissistic decisions, you know? And it's not enough of that going on right now, right? It's not enough of that going on. So, again, I'm not trying to this is not a message that I can necessarily profit off of. I don't think this is not the type of message you can make you can get rich off of, you know. This is not something I can grift on, you know, because nobody wants to hear stuff like this. But this is the type of stuff that needs to happen. This is the type of conversations that need to be perpetuated in this space so that people can start giving a damn about each other again. So I don't have much else to say about this. I said enough already. Dr. Claud Anderson has said enough over his 84 years of life and power and empowerment. He's the guy. I don't know. I'm just speechless, man. I'm speechless of how much wisdom that man has, and I do understand for certain people it may sound difficult to get through this type of stuff. I get it. Whether you feel guilty from being white, you know, and your ancestors instilling this type of oppression on a group of people over the basis of the color of their skin, or you just a foreigner or something like that, and you know you just kind of you didn't know what you were signing up for, and landing on Plymouth Rock, you know. But the fact of the matter is, man, this is a strong case, and as far as I'm concerned, he's right. He's right in everything that he said. I'm an understanding person, and I understand. I like to say that I understand other people's struggles and other people's grievances towards something or in instilling a system like this. I'm going to have to ask from you the same empathy, right? Anyway, I ain't got much else to say, man. I'm about to go ahead and start editing some videos. then go to sleep. It was dope. It's been a good time, man. And hope to see you all again. Catch you on the flip side.